Within the Hindu tradition, there's a recognized form of physical exercise that is a spiritual exercise. In Christianity, there's no such physical exercise that's recognized as spiritual discipline. I mean, throughout the ages, you've had Christian mystics who've done big spiritual exercises for their physical bodies. You've had people who went to, meditate on top of poles and just focus on Jesus while they sat on top of these tall poles. And, weird stuff. Nothing that I'd necessarily endorse. I'm not advocating weirdness, but it just occurred to me how there's a spiritual discipline in physical exercise. I've always had sort of aversion to physical exercise because it's hard. I would always run and it'd just be out of breath before I knew it. And I think for me, I needed to learn to pace myself in order to, not bite off more than I could chew. And so I hated it and never saw any benefit for it. But for me, there was always this clear understanding of the importance of spiritual exercise. Because spiritual exercise, the rewards of that labor are going to last forever. They're not just temporary. I mean, you could be in peak physical shape and in a year or in 6 months or in 2 months of not exercising, you can lose all of that benefit that you got from the physical exercise. And so I didn't really see the point in doing it. But no matter how impermanent physical exercise is, if I don't exercise, I'm not going to live much longer because, I'm only 29 years old. I weigh so much. And if I don't work out physically, which, praise God, I have been doing the last 2 days, which isn't much, but it's a start. The danger is that if I don't exercise physically, there are going to be lost many years off of my life in which I could be doing ministry, in which I could be reaching out to the lost, in which I could be encouraging the saints. And so I'm looking at it as a spiritual discipline, something that I have to do for the purpose of living longer, but for the purpose of being able to help out more people spiritually. We have to be disciplined. We have to take responsibility for the bodies that God's entrusted us with. And I haven't been a very good steward of my body. As anybody watching this video can see, I haven't been a very good steward of my body. And I need to be a better steward of the body that God's given me. And I need to start working out more. Because if I don't, I'm going to ruin a lot of the opportunities, a lot of the work that I feel that God has called me to and that He's prepared for me. And I don't want to lose an opportunity to work for God. I don't want to lose an opportunity to be in His ministry because I've been taking such poor care of my health.